From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
Yeah. Happy Monday. Thank you for watching our show. And say hello to my one and only co-host, my studio audience. Yes. I'm doing all right. Let's get started. It's time for... Well, I hope you had a good weekend, you rested and stuff like that, your daylight savings and all that. You know what I missed out on this weekend? Which is a pretty big deal for a lot of people. Do you know this artist, her name is Robin? She's kind of like Madonna, only not as known as Madonna. Here, you know Robin?
Love Robin.
I had tickets for Robin, Madison Square Garden this weekend. Well,
The hottest ticket in town.
alas, the boy was home still from spring break, so I wanted to spend time with him. But the crew of people, my friends who wanted to bring me, they spent $300 for the tickets. So I felt really bad. I gave them the money back. But I felt really bad, and I was like, $300 tickets at Madison Square Garden, that must be the front row, right? Wouldn't you think that?
Yeah.
It wasn't even front row. The concert was sold out, and it was on our tickets were on the floor, but not that first batch, the second batch, somewhere in the middle. That's how hot of a ticket that was. Do you know who Robin is? Clap if you know who Robin is. Yeah. Not quite as big as Madonna, but she's got her own thing. She's from Sweden. Anyway, so the next big thing that we woke up to over the weekend was Jennifer Lopez is finally engaged to Alex Rodriguez. J-Rod. I like it. I like it a whole lot. There are, a lot of people who are hating on this relationship. I love the ring. They say it's flawless. I have no idea how many carats. It's gotta be somewhere between easily like 12 and 18 carats. It's huge, depending on how big her hand is, you know what I mean? She's got a small hand, I've shaken it. She's got a small hand, good manicure with it and stuff. They say it's flawless, of course, why wouldn't it be? And they say he spent somewhere in like $20 million for the ring. Well, of course. And he was the one who dressed up I Love You, and you could tell it was him, because only a man wouldn't know how to make a heart more perfect. I think it's cute, that he didn't hire a decorator and that it happened in the Bahamas. They were on vacation. This is one of the 5 rings that she's collected over her romantical life. Now look. Remember, Ohani No was her first husband, and that's a pear shape. That's cute. And then Chris Judd, the background dancer who became her husband, that's the emerald cut. And then Ben Affleck, the only one that she gave back, because remember, he broke up with her 4 days before the actual wedding. Oh. I still want to know more to that story. Anyway, so he broke up with her and she ended up giving that ring back. She said it right here on Wendy. That was a 6 carat pink diamond worth $2.5 million from Harry Winston. She gave that back to him though, as well a girl should. Like I always feel like give the rings back, especially Ohani. Why didn't you give that man back his ring? Jennifer, now you know he could use that money. Chris Judd too. She did not give Mark Anthony the ring back. However, Mark Anthony and Jennifer had the longest standing relationship with 2 cute kids and the whole bit. This is an 8.5 carat, $4 million blue Harry Winston that Mark Anthony gave her. And then hopefully her final ring, the final ring from Alex. Just what a beautiful collection. And the reason that I like them together is because I feel like, you know, as a jock, and he's good looking, he's been playing ball all of his life. You know he's been around, you know, the women. He's been around, he's done his thing. He finally wanted to meet somebody who's smart, on his level, clearly somebody who has her own money, he's not gonna steal his money. Somebody who's also busy. You know, like, who wants to marry a housewife when you're Alex Rodriguez as somebody at home whining all the time? Because now he's not working all the time, so he's home more. And who wants to hear that all day? Jennifer's busy traveling the world. She acts, she sings, she dances. Look, this is a good thing. And then for her, as sexy as she is, and as beautiful as she is, and as dynamic as it is on the outside, you know, does she want to really continue dating? It's a chore, it's like a part-time job, especially when you get to be a particular age, and you got your kids, and you're trying to moisturize, and Ben Gay at the same time. Do you think that she'll try to have the super baby? It doesn't even matter to me. Like, I hope she doesn't do that. You know, he has his kids, she has her kids. This is a good thing. Congratulations, congratulations. Remember, do you remember we saw this on the news here in New York? They played it locally. The first time that she ever met him was with Mark Anthony. Mark had tickets for a Yankees game, and Mark was already friends with Alex. And Mark introduced Jennifer to Alex, and the cameras were right there. Well, she gave him a respectable look, this Alex. But me, being the cynic I am, I was like, ooh. And Alex was respectable, looking at her back. And then Mark and Jennifer went on, and they were married for many years, and then, well, this all turned out. And you know what? I guess everybody's happy. Mark's happy for them. I'm happy for them. Are you happy for them? Clap if you're not happy for them. God'll get you, Walter. So, all right. There's this rapper who I had never heard of, except through my son. His name is YBN Almighty J. All the good names were taken. Now, we know him because he's the 18-year-old who at one point was dating Kourtney Kardashian. Now you know who he is? Who? Black China, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Same difference. He's 18, he's dating a woman with kids and whatnot. All right, so this rapper, YBN Almighty J, got beat up over the weekend at Saks. Fifth Avenue. The flagship store. Honey, this is where you and I are window shopping. We're inside. We're trying to pick up a pair of sunglasses or something. Maybe we want to go upstairs and have some chicken livers at Fred's. Wait, that's Barney's. I just love Fifth Avenue shopping, and it's unbelievable. You niggas, sorry. I get very comfortable talking to you. Look, this beautiful, talented young man, and he is talented, he's from the South. He and his friends were at Saks Fifth Avenue, the flagship store, over the weekend. And while they were inside the store, there was a scuttle, an argument going on inside the store. You understand? And so the argument spilled to the outside of the store on the street. So now you're still on Fifth Avenue. You're still right in front of Saks. People are looking like, what the heck? Later on that day, by the way, they showed YBN running from the fight alone. So I don't know where his boys were. You know, he's not from New York. The person who attacked him was a New York-based rapper. This is all really, really bad. They attacked him also either with a box cutter or a bottle of heavy-duty brown juice, because all that openness right here, that's like 300 stitches. That's $1.50 twice with no change. Yeah, all the stitches. For the rest of his life, he's gonna have to look at that. Well, they beat him up. I don't know what the argument was about. They allegedly stole his chain, wallet, and sneakers. Childish. A picture was also posted on the internet of somebody with his chain, wallet, and sneakers. You see what I'm saying? Like where are we going? Where are we going? You know, you kids, and I'm gonna call you kids, because you're 18 and whatnot. You know, you kids, there's enough money and fame going around in hip hop now more so than ever. More so than ever. There is money and fame. Like, why do you have to do this? And it's bad, and you know what? You have made it bad for black people everywhere just by doing this, not just black men. I'm gonna tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. A sophisticate like me, I like to shop Fifth Avenue, you know, but everybody does not know I'm Wendy. You know, I feel the heat of security following me. Oh yes, still even now. You know, you feel it. We're barely getting back into Barney's after they tried to ban the black thing on Fifth Avenue, Barney's. Now you go into Barney's, boy, they fall over you. If you're black and you go to Barney's, believe me, the treatment is superb. But but, you know, when you all fight like this, what you do is you perpetuate, because you know what some white people already think about black people, particularly black men. So now today, my son, who's a decent kid, now has got to suffer the wrath of the stares, you know, from white people because of this. My father, my innocent, 89, like what does he need for this? But he's a black, he's a man. My husband, he's gotta get the stares. Look, there are people who came on before you all who've tried to talk to you all, from the Puffies and the Jay-Z's and others. And you might call them old men, you might think they're washed up. Oh, no. You're ruining it for yourselves, kids. You're ruining it for yourselves. Just saying. You remember who Heidi Montag is, don't you? Yeah. Heidi? Well, apparently she's in hot water from everybody but me. It was cute, you know, all right, everybody, give her a break. She made a comment about diversity. All right, now first let me set you up. Heidi starred on MTV's show The Hills, one of the first reality shows back in the day. And she and Spencer, remember, they dated, now they've been married for 10 years. She and Spencer, and they have a child together. So it lasted. Well, now The Hills, because it was so popular back in the day and because of the reboot of all these other shows from back in the day that have become successful, they're now rebooting The Hills. And Heidi was talking about the reboot, and she did an interview recently by herself, just saying. Because maybe if somebody was with her, they would have given her the elbow, you know, and saved her. But there was nobody there. I like the picture of Heidi and Spencer over there. Cute. Clearly it's their house. Anyway, in a recent interview, Heidi was asked if the show was going to have more diversity with the characters than the original series. And here's what poor Heidi said.
Do you wish that there was a little more diversity represented?
We don't all look the same. I mean, Adrina has darker hair. I feel like Misha has darker hair. But yeah, we're California girls. I have other very diverse friends that are not featured on the show.
She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. For those of you who might be stuck like her, they meant black people, Asian people, people other than white people. She didn't mean it, poor thing. I like Heidi and Spencer. And do I need diversity on The Hills? No. I hate when shows try to push it down. You know, they add that black friend or that Indian friend just because we've been complaining. Because that's what happened to Friends. Remember, Ross got the girlfriend, and then you're like, oh boy, here we go. I don't need to see black people on Seinfeld all the time, one of the best sitcoms of all time. You know, they have the lawyer. Jerry's lawyer is black, but he's not a regular character. What? Yeah, lawyer's black. Sex and the City, who I watch ad nauseum, as you know, they don't have any black people on there, except every once in a while. Remember when Samantha moved to the meatpacking district and she had the big gay party to celebrate the LGBT community on her roof, and there were a bunch of black queens up there and everybody was dancing and getting down? Other than that, you don't see black people. Oh, and Samantha dated the black guy, and then the black sister didn't like it, and then that was over. But you don't have to. I feel as though you don't have to do it. Just feel it in your heart. Just love diversity in your heart. And show it when you can, but don't shove it down our throats. There are gonna be some new characters though on this new Hills. Misha Barton is going to be on the Hills. She wasn't on the original one, but she's from that era, so we get where she probably fit in. Brody Jenner, can't see enough of him. Apparently it's not working out with the Jenner Kardashian show, so he's going back to where he was making his bones on this show. Brandon Thomas Lee. Now Brandon Thomas Lee, who is that again? Bruce Lee?
Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee's son.
Right, when last we saw him, he was beating up Tommy Lee at the house and sent Tommy Lee to, yeah, father-son fight. Anyway, so the new Hills, the brand new one begins sometime later this year on MTV. I'll be watching. I'll watch, why not? Fun. I wasn't really into the old Hills, but Heidi and Spencer have been here, and Audrina's been here before on our show. And so because on account of knowing them and then just wanting to check it out, I'll check out the new Hills, but I don't really know the old Hills. So I have a lot of catching up to do. People are furious with Nicki Minaj. Her fans are very, very upset because she canceled another concert at the last minute. When I say last minute, I mean the stadium was packed. Everybody was inside at their seats. And look at this place. This is in Bordeaux, France, everyone, Bordeaux. And they bought the tickets, the arena was packed, and all of a sudden, the show was canceled due to technical difficulties. It was a voice over the loudspeaker that said that it's due to technical difficulties, everybody left. People were so irate, some people started chanting, Cardi B, Cardi B. Now, that was unnecessary. You know, this is the second show on this tour that Nicki's on right now that she's canceled. She most recently also canceled a show in Slovakia. That was 2 weeks ago for the same reason, technical difficulties. Well, I don't know what the technical difficulties were in Slovakia, but I got a little bit more of a handle as to what happened in France. And apparently what they're saying, the electric, you know, and you know what? Maybe, I mean, that's a hot set. There are a lot of lights, there's a lot of smoke. Anything could happen at the last minute. But anyway, Nicki did go on social media in full makeup, looked like she was ready to perform. And this is what she said to her fans.
These two cities that had technical issues were cities that I'd never been to before. And we tried to add them, but they just didn't have the power in the building to facilitate my show. Every artist has technical difficulties and have to cancel shows. I want to tell you guys that I love you dearly, and I really hope to make it up very soon.
So here's the deal. The show was supposed to be on Saturday night, and I know what you're saying. Well, why didn't she come out on stage and do something? Me, only because I'm a people pleaser, I would have come out on stage and, I mean, I wouldn't have performed. I would not have performed, but I would have come out with my whole crew and everything, and I would have come all the way to the tip of the stage so you could actually feel my sweat having to tell you, you know, that I can't perform and I don't know what's going on with this place, but I do promise you, if you want a full refund, get it now. And if you want to come back to the show, just let me work up my schedule and I will be back and I will do it bigger and better than ever. And for me, if I were Nicki, when I do go back to Bordeaux and Slovakia, I would try to bring N friends. You know, like an N friend pops up. An N friend. One of her celebrity friends or something like that. And just, you know, do a really good show. She couldn't perform on Saturday, like I said. And no, she couldn't make it up to them on Sunday because on Monday, tonight, she is in London. And generally speaking, artists need rest time for their throats. So she couldn't perform last night. And that would not have been fair. They would have gotten a boring, a less than show in Bordeaux, and then that would have passed it on to a less than show in London. So I think she did the right thing. She's still touring, so we'll be watching. Hopefully this won't be a habit, because habits become something that we start to say, But right now, I believe her. That's it. The thing about Jennifer's ring, too, is that you don't have to start out that big. Like, girls really think starter rings are really that important. As a matter of fact, rings. Plenty of women don't. I have a friend who doesn't wear her ring, doesn't care, didn't ask for one. I have another friend who got a ring, a beautiful ring, doesn't wear it. They've been married forever. A lot of guys don't wear rings. My husband doesn't wear his ring. I enjoy wearing my ring. I wear my ring. I will turn around and go back home to get my ring. But it's not the ring that you get in the beginning if you're a ring girl. I'm a ring girl. I'm a ring girl. You know, I will be like, okay. All right. Well, somebody's got to work a little harder, but I love you. I certainly will not complain. And then somebody did work a little harder. Like, my rings skipped up, I think Kev did it like maybe 3 times before, you know, what I have. And I'm not showing it. Enough of that, Rambo. Enough of that. But I'm a ring girl. If you're a ring girl, just know you don't start out with an ice cube on your. That's not realistic for most girls. Oh, that's it for Hot Topics. But we've got more great show for you, everybody. A little louder. Because I love Mondays. It's all about the Hot Topics. We've got the inside scoop on the latest going on with R. Kelly and Jussie Smollett. So grab a snack and come on back.